word is spotted. Let's say that together. Spotted. Spotted means saw. Let's say that together. Spotted means saw. This word is paddle. Let's say that together. Paddle. A paddle is a flat piece of wood with a handle that you use to move a boat. Let's say that together. A paddle is a flat piece of wood with a handle that you use to move a boat. Paddington Sets Sail, written by Michael Bond and illustrated by R.W. Alley. One morning, Mr. Brown had a surprise. "We're taking a trip to the beach," he said. Paddington, Jonathan, and Judy cheered. Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Bird were excited too. What kind of surprise did Mr. Brown have? He told them they were going to the beach. Wow! Paddington had never been to the beach. He did not know what to bring, so he packed everything. Why did Paddington pack everything? Well, he had never been, so he didn't know where he was going or what he would need when he get there. So I guess he just decided to pack everything so he'd have what he needed. Soon they were on their way. Paddington poked his head out of the window. He sniffed the salty sea air. At the beach, Paddington got a pail, shovel, sunglasses, and a float. He was ready for anything. What kinds of things did Paddington get at the beach? Looks like he got out the pail, shovel, his sunglasses, and a float. The tide was low, so they went in the water. Jonathan and Judy splashed and swam. Paddington floated in the waves. What did Paddington do? He floated on the waves. Look at his little happy face. He's having so much fun. At lunch, Mr. Brown had a great idea. He said, "Let's have a sandcastle contest." Paddington, Judy, and Jonathan would each make a sandcastle. The biggest castle would win. Which castle would win the contest? Mr. Brown said the biggest castle would win, right? Paddington wanted to win. First, he found a perfect spot. He dug a moat. He carried pails and pails of sand. He made walls and windows. How did Paddington build his castle? Well, he found a good spot. He dug out a moat, and then he built it with sand. And remember, he made walls, and he even made some windows in his sand castle. Paddington placed his hat on top of the castle. Finally, he was done. Paddington's big sand castle was perfect. Paddington sat inside his castle. Sandcastle work was hard and he was tired. Then he fell asleep. Why did Paddington fall asleep? Well, he was probably tired. Think about all that hard work he had done. He had to dig and build with the sand. That'd make anybody tired. Oh no! The tide had come in. It knocked down Paddington's sandcastle. It carried Paddington's pail out to sea, with Paddington in it. How did Paddington end up out in the sea? Well, the tide came in. That means that the water washed up into the shore, and it tore down his castle and pulled him out in his sand pail. Uh-oh. The Browns were worried. It was getting late. They found Paddington's hat, but could not find Paddington. Where had he gone? How did the Browns feel? They were feeling really worried, weren't they? They couldn't find their friend Paddington. Then the Browns spotted people gathered near the pier. They ran towards a crowd. It was Paddington. People believed that Paddington had floated all the way across the sea. They took his picture. "Did you float here in this pail?" a girl asked. "Yes, I used my shovel as a paddle," said Paddington. Where did the people think that Paddington had come from? They thought he had come from all the way across on the other side of the sea in just that little sand pail. The sun was setting. It was time to go home. "Did you enjoy your trip, Paddington?" asked Judy. "Yes, not many bears go to sea in a bucket," he said. What did Paddington think about his trip? He said he enjoyed it. He said not too many bears get to go to sea in a bucket, remember? That was funny. The Browns were so happy to have Paddington back. "Today's trip was a bit shorter than when you came from darkest Peru," said Mr. Brown. Paddington did not hear. He was fast asleep. Why didn't Paddington hear what Mr. Brown had said? He was sleeping. Let's say this word together. Spotted. Spotted means saw. On this page, the Browns spotted people all around the pier on the beach. That means they saw a lot of people around the pier. We could use the word spotted in another way. Like we might say, during my soccer game, I spotted my sister cheering for me in the crowd. Let's say this word together. Paddle. A paddle is a flat piece of wood with a handle that you use to move a boat. On this page of the book, Paddington tells everyone that he used his shovel like a paddle. That means he used his shovel to move his little sand bucket boat. We could use the word paddle in another way. Like we could say, I stopped using my paddle and just floated along in the river.